Witness a single strand of the tapestry.
What is this? I just came up here because I found this. I was upgrading all of the what? I found this while I was upgrading all this to level 2 and
Look through the window.
what is this? Oh, wrong button. What is this?
Play. Play. Play.
Okay. I don't know how fleshed out this is, but I'm very curious now. So between last time and this time, all I've done is upgrade all of this to level 2. I ended up creating like a whole array of assemblers over there, and they were just making reinforced plates just so I can get this all done a bit faster. But today what I think I want to do is get the steel production level 2 researched and then get that going. So I was looking to see where the other coal veins are. So there's the other coal veins that are nearest to me. But the problem with those is there's no iron near them at all. The closest iron is these ones right here. But anyways, let's first get this advanced steel production going. What do you need? 100 steel pipes, 100 modular frames, 200 rotors and 500 concrete. That shouldn't be that bad. There we go.
Milestone reached. The Miner Mark II allows extraction of resources from nature to fix it at twice the speed of the Mark I model. Miners can be directly upgraded to Mark II without removing the Mark I model, just like conveyor belts and other upgradable infrastructure. Unfortunately, setting up the production of advanced steel parts and project part number 3, automated wiring, will not be as easy. Every moment you delay reduces the chances of saving humanity. I will not show you the predictions, it would only demotivate you.
I'll be very honest, I did not know there was a whole saving humanity part of this. I just thought you get on the planet and mess stuff up. Anyways, okay, so I want to use the Miner Mark II to replace that one, so then we can start producing the iron plates a little bit faster. Before we can do that, of course, we actually have to get the base parts for it, which is the encased, what is it called, the encased industrial beam. So for that we need steel beams and concrete. Okay, so I already have the steel beams being produced and I have them currently all just directly feeding into the production for the versatile frameworks. That's how many we have so far actually. We have a decent amount, but this is my steel beam production right now. It's just going from 2 constructors feeding in to there. So I have to make a decision. I can either just, so I have 2 constructors making steel beams, so I can have one of them feeding into the construction of, what's it called, the encased beams, or I can just create an entirely new steel production. I think I'm kind of leaning more towards the second one, just because I know that coal is going to be very important. So this coal is next to a massive water source, which I guess would have been helpful for when I was making coal power, but where is it? Oh god, this is new as well. What is this? What? Do I have to stab this, I guess? Oh, I do. What are you? Hatcher. Oh wow, I also found this crash. I was just exploring around because I honestly flew. I went down there earlier, a while back, just to see how good it is, and now I've completely forgotten how to get back there. But while I was trying to find it again, I found this crash site, which, only one rotor, that's... Right, what do we get? We get another one of these hard drives. Cool. Iron rebar. Okay, that's something new. We haven't unlocked that one yet. Right, okay, well, let me try to find this coal now. Oh wow, I found another one. This is... oh, and there's a defender. Let's just... Is this a big one? I think... oh, this is a big one. Oh, there's... oh, there's a big one and a small one. Ah, this is not good. No! We had so much stuff. We need to go get it. Okay, that's the first death. Oh man, that sucks. I know there's an upgrade that I can get pretty soon where I can have a 3rd inventory slot, and that's going to be very helpful. So I can have some food as well in my inventory. Alright, I'm back. I'm ready for round 2. I got you this time. You know, where's my death crate? Hello, death crate. Take all. Nice. Now let's just equip my weapon and go to town. Let's get some work done. There's one done. Oh my god. Those guys are tough, man. I need to get a better weapon. Industrial case beams, that's what I need. I don't know if I can swim or if I can fall down waterfalls and it's like Minecraft where, you know, I don't take any damage, but I don't really want to take the risk. So I'm just going to walk around the sides. Right, so here are all the coal veins. There's one here, then there's another one just here, but it has this on top of it, and I don't know what to do with this. This is a normal coal node as well, so we get, I think it's 60 from it instead of 120. We can't build a miner Mark 2, so we'll just build Mark 1. Lovely. And now, how does this work? Invalid placement. So what do I have to do to this? I don't know what to do. If you guys know how to deal with this, let me know in the comments, but I have no clue what I do with this massive rock that's sitting on top of it. Okay, let's place the others around them. Can't go there, it's this way. Miner. Mark 1. And miner Mark 1. Cool, okay. Now I've got our coal miners made. Now we just have to pull the cable over to the main base.
And this whole process took a lot longer than I first thought. I thought initially that it would be, you know, a 3-4 minute run back with the cables, but this whole thing took me about 15 minutes. Partly because I ran out of the iron plates here, which didn't help, and that meant I have to run back all the way to my main base, and that's about a 5-minute run, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but when you know you have nothing else to do and you're just running back and forth in the world to just get stuff, it can get a little bit tedious. And also while I was building this, I actually found some iron nodes on the way that were actually pretty decent, so I could have actually made my whole steel production based around that, but I've already made it, so I'm not going to change that now.
Okay, so now this conveyor belt goes all the way from the coal over there to the main production over here. I've also sent power lines all the way back, so everything's all connected well. Now what I have to do is actually link it up to a proper production of something. I'm also going to have to bring more iron in. There's more iron back this way. It's right there. These are the irons we have. They're impure, but we're going to use them and then pull them all the way down to there. Right, okay, so I've been thinking, and since we have those two different coal veins now, I think what I'm going to do is research level 3 conveyors so we can meet them all up in the middle, and then we can add a bunch more of these foundries. So yeah, I think what I'm also going to do is then use what they called the encased industrial beams we picked up from one of the drops to then upgrade that coal miner over there, which is mining the pure coal, and that should double, I think, the production. So then we should have a lot more coal, and then our problem is the iron, but luckily there's a lot of iron around, so that one we can fix pretty easily, I think. Alright, okay, so logistics Mark 3, we need 200 steel beams, 200 steel pipes, and 400 reinforced plates. Okay, so I don't have enough steel beams yet because all of them were being used to produce the, I don't know, the second thing of the space elevator task. So while I'm waiting for that to finish, what I think I'm going to do is build or get the resources for a Mark 2 miner and then go to that faraway coal node and then upgrade that one. Okay, so finally here, let's upgrade this now. Production, mine Mark 2, there. Right, okay. Now what's the 240 per minute? So yeah, we're going to have to upgrade all of this to level 3, which is going to take a lot of steel beams. But, you know, it's a start. We now have a lot more coal, much higher coal production, so less of a bottleneck we need to worry about now. And we can add more foundries. The other thing that we're going to need is more iron, but luckily I found some more iron nodes over here. So I think what I'm also going to do is pull these over, so we have it all in one place.
This project wasn't actually that bad. It was a lot of doing what we've already done, but again, just placing things down, connecting it all up, adding some power lines. But I really didn't expect that we would need this much iron this quickly. I genuinely thought that the first area of iron that we had would be able to handle our needs for a very long time, but almost immediately we've had to find out new areas. So to connect this up to the main production down there, I found 2 different sets of 2 iron nodes. These are only normal nodes, they're not that great, but I combined those 2 into one conveyor belt, and then I fed them down and then combined them again. I just kind of did this so we'd have to make less level 3 conveyors, because I know that's a bit expensive right now, and I also didn't want to pull 2 different level 2s over the little bridge that we had to make, but that was done pretty quickly.
Alright, okay, so now I have that done. There's iron coming along. I haven't really got it going anywhere yet. I just have to wait for these steel beams to back up enough so that I can just pick them up. Hopefully they have started to. Let's see how many we have. We have 125 here, that's a good amount. And how many in here? 100, that's another good amount. Okay, that should be enough. That is enough. Now we can go and get that conveyor belt Mark III upgrade. And then we have to start upgrading a lot of things to Mark III. But before we do that, we first have to decide how many foundries we can have.
Milestone reached. Improved storage containers and the conveyor belt Mark III provide the obviously necessary tools for improving your current setup. Production speed is of the essence after all. So work hard. Work as if every person you have ever or will ever love is depending solely on the choices that you make. Because they are. Warning. Fix-it psychologists recommend not dwelling on the crushing mental and physical strain of your responsibilities and simply continuing to be productive. Hard work has repeatedly proven to be the best cure for any kind of stress. Now back to work.
Right, okay, interesting. Well, now we have stackable pipes, which will help when it comes to sorting out that coal power plant up there, but you know, that's a lot of work and that's for another time. Okay, so it turns out I can have a total of 9 of these foundries with the amount of coal I have. So I guess now we just have to disassemble everything. And yeah, start from scratch, so I guess let's just get this going.
So this was the longest project I've had to do in this world by a long shot. But most of the time was actually spent just trying to figure out the logistics of how to make everything meet and work well using the mergers and splitters of the conveyor belts. It also turned out quite luckily that the iron and coal that I had on each side of the setup, the numbers matched up really well, so what I ended up doing was just kind of splitting the entire production down the middle and feeding the iron and coal into the ones as needed. I also actually took the time this time, and it looks a lot better than the coal thing, because I used the conveyor stackers so I could transport the iron above the coal, and in my opinion that made it look so much better. Honestly, I think this is the point where I really started to fall in love with this game, just because of the amount of efficiency that you can have and how, you know, you can always improve upon your own designs. It's like, it's just amazing. I study engineering, so you know, I think this is just my kind of thing. It's just how I have to do it. But yeah, I tried to make it all look really neat and tidy so that when it came to being finished, you know, I could actually move around it. Because that's one of the problems I have with the coal, I would just get stuck and I'd have to go around the entire thing, which is a very long walk. And you know, efficiency. We're all about the efficiency here. So I added this storage box here as a kind of buffer so that if any of them backed up we wouldn't lose out on the steel production, and this actually turned out to be useful pretty early on. So when I set up the production, I set it up with an equal amount of constructors making steel pipes as this making steel beams. Just like that, the project was finally complete. Well, this part of it at least.
Right, okay, now I've got all the constructors and the foundry set up. There's just one foundry that it's just kind of sitting on its own because, you know, there's one too many. So I'll probably just end up feeding into this thing and then seeing what happens. But anyways, now we have to decide what to make of the constructors. Okay, so the 4 in the middle are the steel beams and the 2 on the outside are the steel pipes. So now we need to decide what we need to do with all this stuff. So the steel beams, we need to make the versatile frameworks, and for that we need 30 steel beams per minute. So we need to basically have 2 of these together. I reckon I'm just going to switch it around and put some steel beams on the outside, just because I feel they'd be easiest to get the modular frameworks on the outside. So these are going to feed into this assembler. Okay. So these are going to go to one assembler. Now, we also need to make automatic wiring and encased beams. Right, okay. So for the encased beams, we need very odd numbers, 18 steel beams per minute and 36 per concrete per minute. So I reckon I'm just going to put the steel beams here, and then I can overclock it to get the specific amounts required, the specific numbers required. There's some limestone over there, so I can get some concrete going, and that should be easy enough. Now we just need to find out what we need to make the stators and the motors. So the stator needs copper wire and 3 pipes, and the motor needs 2 rotors and stators. We still have the 2 miners up there, and those are unused right now, so we could, you know, make something with those, and then we can feed them across to get the motors. Okay, but anyways, I'm going to set up the assembler over there, maybe get the limestone going.
Now, I didn't actually realise how much stuff was being held back from us until we got to Steam, so I have no clue how much more we're going to be able to do once we unlock some of the later materials, because I know there's a lot more to this game that I haven't seen yet, but I'm actually really excited to make some proper progress, move past the Steel Age and get into, I don't know, whatever comes next.
So I've left this running for a little bit, so I reckon now there should be a couple steel beams that are now backed up. Alright, so while we're using the steel beams, let's do something else in the meantime. So we need to make stators for the automatic wiring. For stators we need copper wire and the beam thing. So where's the nearest copper vein? 400 meters that way. Oh yeah, I forgot there is one over here. So I think I'm going to turn this into a copper vein, and then that's going to be producing our copper for us to go into the stators. Another option is I can reuse the copper I have over there and just upgrade it to a level 2. But yeah, since it's already here, we might as well do it this way.
This project was actually quite interesting. I hadn't made a properly good copper ore production yet. I thought I had on the other side, but I think that's only producing at like half capacity or something. That's ridiculously bad. So I think in the future, if I need more copper, I can just expand that one really simply. It was fun to work on, you know, these same kind of projects over again, because after thinking a lot for the other parts, it was nice to just kind of sit back, go on autopilot and build some stuff. And I'm sure I'll have to do this a lot more in the future. But yeah, it was good. And we got our copper wire production sorted out and brought all over to the assembler, so now that's all ready to go as well.
So that's the copper wire all sorted out. I took it over everything with these stackable thingies, and it's all coming into here to produce our stators. Okay, so that's producing 5 stators per minute. If we're to produce motors, how many stators do we need? We need 10 stators per minute. This is producing 5, so we need 2 of these assemblers. So what I have to do is split this copper up into another one, and then this is going to feed into another assembler making stators right there, and then these both feed into a motor at the back.
This process wasn't that bad. I just upgraded all of the conveyors to Mark II because I had miscalculated how much copper wire I was actually producing. I was making a lot more than I thought I was, so you know, that's never a bad problem. I got this weird error, which is fun. That's our motor assembly all done. I created a couple power shards just so we can speed up the production of some of the steel beams because I was running a bit low and I wanted some more, and of the concrete as well because it wasn't efficient, so you know, efficiency is key. While I was working on this project, I just kind of let the steel beams accumulate a bit, and I got enough to upgrade a couple of the lines down to Mark III.
So it's been a little while, and in that time I fleshed out that production up there to make some rotors. It's not the most efficient, so I guess I'll have to overclock it at some point. I just need to get a slug, so now we have to upgrade all of this. So I guess now we just have to wait for the steel beams to cook up, and then we can take that long conveyor belt and turn it all into Mark III. Okay, I've got some steel beams. I hope like 800 is enough. I reckon we go from the end and then run it forward. I feel that's the easiest way to do it. Also, we're running low on power. We're getting close to our power limit. Yeah. So I'm going to have to upgrade that soon as well.
I'll be honest, I just included this clip to show you guys how long the run is from the coral back to the base. This clip is running at 400% speed and it still took 30 seconds, so enjoy the run back.
Wow, 800 was not enough. It was close, but it was still not enough. Alright, okay, so we got all the level 3 done. Now we just have to upgrade some more of those to level 2, and then that will be the production done. I also wanted to check what we need. For automated wiring, we need cable and stators. Okay, that's okay. So we need to make another stator production. I think what I'm going to do for the cable is upgrade one of the miners down there to level 2 and then bring this around, because I don't need any more copper that near me and I don't really want to run 600 odd meters. Oh wow, we've actually just reached the limit. This is far quicker than I thought would happen. My power grid just blew. Let's hope it works now. I just turned the... Oh wow. It's still not enough. I'm going to have to turn off a bunch of stuff just to get this working properly. Because I need this steel production. I actually need this versatile framework production. Where's it gone? Versatile framework production, more importantly. So I guess I turn all this stuff back on and I leave everything else off for now. Okay, let's pray that that's enough. Let's find out. Okay, it's enough. We have to fix this problem very soon though.